Hey there guys, this is StrokesPokes, and this will be my second battle on here with commentary, as you can hear. And so just quickly, I'd like, you know, anyone who's interested in third gen battles to go ahead and just give me feedback and suggestions as to what type of battles you'd like to see, and I'll try to get those. And quickly before it starts, I'm gonna say go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe if you want to. So here's the battle, guys. I had switched out for my Gengar. He had sent in his Snorlax. He went for Belly Drum, and I was like, alright, fine. So with my shuffle here, I go for Earthquake, and he takes it pretty well, and he rests off all the damage that he had taken. So I go into my big botch, which is my Blissey here. She takes Snore, and at first I was like, alright, Belly Drum Snore, it's gonna do alright. But it ends up doing more than half, and I'm like, wow. So I'm switching out, knowing he go for Snore again, and that's not effective to my boss here. But this really surprised me here. He has Rock Slide on the Snorlax, which is something I have never seen. And throughout his team, I am seeing like sort of a repetition of the same move that most of his Pokemon have Rock Slide. And so I go for Earthquake here with my Tank Mark II, which is my Metagross, and I see that he's not taking that Earthquake pretty well. You know, he's taking it alright, but I thought, oh well, now I gotta set it up so where I can beat him with my Metagross there to take down the Snorlax. So right here I switched out because he had switched on into his Gengar, so I go for the Shadow Ball. But I'm Choice Banded, so obviously I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball again. I'm not trying to over-predict here, but at the same time that ended up being my downfall throughout this whole match. So he sends out a Scizor, which is actually a baton passing Sword Stance Scizor. And so I switch back into my Tank Mark II, and he baton passes right there. And here's where I go for, I think, Hidden Power. And my Hidden Power is Fire, so obviously that doesn't do nothing to get Talonite. So I switch back into my Buddha here, hoping I can take that Earthquake pretty well, but I don't. And so he finishes me off with Rock Slide, which is, you know, another Pokemon that has Rock Slide. So I had sent in my Botch Please and Ice Beams. Once again, like I said, I wasn't predicting here. This is one of those matches where I'm just like not completely there. So, you know, I switched out into my Shuffle and predicting that he would obviously switch out, and I go for the Dragon Dance, and I realize Aerodactyl, that thing's gonna be faster than me, whether or not I have +1 speed from the Dragon Dance. So I switch out again, and I do a double switch here, and I go back to my Shuffle while he switches into his Vaporeon, and it sets up Acid Armor. And this Vaporeon is also a baton passing Vaporeon, as you will see, and it goes into Snorlax here. And so I go for the Seismic Toss, kind of, you know, not really predicting, like I said. He goes for the Snore, it doesn't do anything without the Belly Drum plus full attack, so he goes to the Snore again as I switch into my Tank Mark II and actually gets a crit. Obviously it didn't matter at all, because it didn't do anything. So he goes to the Belly Drum, and he is almost out of, you know, health, and I just take him out with a second Meteor Mash, which is how I take that thing out. And then I go into my Big Botch, predicting pretty much Fire Punch, and here's where one of those few moments where I predict, but at the same time I have nothing to counter this Gengar as far as Big Botch goes, and I don't want to switch out because there are many different ways this can go worse. So I just stay in, keep soft boiling. I don't know what I was doing here, but I believe I was going to go for Seismic Toss, but in hindsight that wouldn't have worked either. So he ends up freezing my Big Botch, and I am forced to switch here because I can no longer do anything at all. So he switches out, taking that opportunity right there, and he uses Rock Slide, and I go for the Surf. Alright, almost take him out, hoping to go for the second Surf, but unfortunately his Rock Slide hits and it flinches me, as you will see right there, and so I am gonna switch, because obviously the next Rock Slide will kill me, and so he misses, and I'm kind of like, if I had stayed, taking the chance, but no. I go back into my big botch. You can see she takes that Rock Slide pretty well, obviously getting rid of that frozen state due to its natural curability, and I just paralyze and then Siphon Toss. Nice little combo there. That's how I take that thing out, and he sends Caesar in here. This thing is one head of a pain to my Blissey here. And I'm just gonna go for Soft Boil while he had gone for the Substitute. And he sets the Sword Stance, and I predict that he goes, that he would have Baton Pass. No, I go for Siphon Toss. I actually end up taking out his Substitute, but I predict he's just gonna keep going for Baton Pass, so I go for the T-Wave, and that's where it really screwed me up. And he goes for Hidden Power. I think he said Hidden Power Flying, I believe. And so he's just setting up his Sword Stance right there. And he goes for the Hidden Power Flying again, and it's not very effective, as you can see. I go for the Hidden Power. I take out his sub, and then I believe he takes me out right here. Or no, I switch out again. He goes to the sub again, and here's where it just goes downhill completely, where it's just move after move, but nothing's happening really. So obviously I break the sub. He takes me out with Hidden Power because he knows that he can take me out with Hidden Power, and so he kills my big botch, which he claimed was annoying him throughout the whole match, and finally when he had killed it, he was pretty excited then. And so I send in my Shuffle, and I go for Hidden Power, I think Flying, and he goes for Hidden Power, and he takes me out. Oh wait, no, I think this was Hidden Power Raw. So yeah, that was super effective. That just took me out. And he goes into his own Salamence while I send in my Tank Mark II, and I go for Explosion, Choice Band Explosion, Match Attack, Adamant. Come on, that thing will die, and it did. So I send in my Botch Please, which I believe is it's my last Pokemon actually. And unfortunately, Vaporeon is just gonna stall me. All right, the only offensive move that I can use, or the only move that I can use against it, is Ice Beam, which does nothing, and it recovers with its leftovers. And basically, after just tons and tons and tons and tons of repetitive Ice Beams and leftover heals, as you will see, he ends up just, well, pretty much I end up just giving up here at some point. I believe like towards very end, I just use Surf on Vaporeon and let it defrost, and that's how he takes me out. He takes me out with just repetitive Surfs to the face, and this match lasted about 2 hours, I believe. 2 hours, due to the horrible lag that we got, running at about 25%. Alright, so basically guys, just continue watching this video, enjoy whatever's left, and don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe if you feel like it. And yeah, just enjoy the video, enjoy this music playing, and laters.